largest seaport in the world, a city within itself. An inbound freighter silently makes its way toward a downtown pier. Due to be met by two people and sudden death.
I don't know a thing about it. I was here all the time. I only work for the woman.
Harris Company, import-export.
That's right. I can be found here during the day.
Mr. Garcia, did Eva Harris have any enemies? Anybody that might want to see her dead?
No.
Look, two witnesses saw this accident. They swear the car deliberately veered out of the right-hand lane in order to hit Eva Harris. That may not mean anything to you. To me, it spells murder.
Sir, will arrive Penn Station Wednesday, 2 p.m. to assume ownership of my aunt's business. You've read that thing over to us 10 times. Eva had a niece. What's so strange about a woman leaving a company to a relative, huh?
I should have met her at the station.
Look, Miss Harris has legs. She knows the address. She doesn't need a reception committee.
I should have met her at the station. You have to do that. You know you can start a fire.
Go away, Andy. You're nervous.
You know what a fire would be like in here?
Yeah, like the 4th of July. What's the matter? Don't you like fireworks?
What if this woman knows about us? Suppose Eva wrote her when she found out.
You told me the moment you found Eva snooping around here, didn't you?
That's right.
She didn't have time for letter writing. She was too busy dodging cars.
Very funny. Come on, Andy, give me a hand with this. Give me a hand.
One more and we're set to move. You know what I've been thinking this morning, Andy? You look scared.
Not scared, I'm sick. Sick of hiding, sick of guns, sick of myself.
Well, to me, you look scared.
All right, I'm scared.
Well, don't get too scared, Andy. It wouldn't be healthy for any of us. And don't call them guns. They're machine tools for our less fortunate friends abroad. Nice, fat, money-making machine tools.
The late Eva Harris did have a niece, her sole surviving relative, Frances Harris. The homicide squad had contacted Miss Harris at her home in Wichita, Kansas, and the necessary arrangements were made. I was attached to homicide for the investigation. Today I'm Frances Harris, new owner of an import-export company. My assignment is to try and fill in the question marks.
Well, today's the second time they had me down at headquarters questioning me about Eva.
I wouldn't care if they had you down there twice a day, as long as you didn't tell them anything.
You didn't tell him anything, did you, Andy?
Yeah, sure, of course I did. I told them that Eva found out we were using her business as a cover to run guns out of the country, and my partners killed her. They didn't even tell me. They just ran her down in the streets. Why'd you do it? Why didn't you tell me?
What would you say, Andy?
I would have said no.
That's why we didn't ask you.
To murder her. To run her down without giving her a chance.
She could have sent us all to prison.
No, not Eva. Not Eva. She never would.
Not Eva. I wouldn't take a chance on my own mother.
Who would you take a chance on?
Nobody.
pleasant man, Mr. Garcia, but frightened. Very frightened. An orderly man, but interested in showing me only the office.
What do you think?
About the dame? We'll keep an eye on her. This is the last shipment. Just keep her out of this section of the warehouse until we get rid of this stuff.
And Andy?
Andy, I don't know. He's beginning to make me a little nervous.
That's exactly what I've been thinking.
Two-way split?
You and me. But Carl, let's not start getting too many ideas. I hate to think that you might start getting nervous about me.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay. When do we move the crates?
I'll take a walk down to the pier and see how soon Denny can get them aboard.
I'll go give my respects to the new boss.
Yeah, give him my regards.
This is Miss Harris, Eva's niece.
How do you do, Miss Harris? We've been waiting for you.
How do you do? I'd like to see the inside of the warehouse.
Well, it's just a warehouse. Would you care to have lunch with me, Miss Harris?
No, not now, thank you. I asked Mr. Garcia to show me the warehouse. He said you had the keys.
Aren't you hungry at all?
I'd like to see the inside of the warehouse, Mr. Carson.
I'm afraid Andy was wrong about that. Carl Walton is in charge of shipping. He has the key.
Does that mean that I can't get in at all?
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll get the key from Carl this evening. And first thing tomorrow morning, we'll take a deluxe tour. Are you sure about the lunch?
Yes, I'm positive, thank you.
You'll excuse me, please, Miss Harris. I have to get back to work.
Well, I'm on my way to the docks. I'll see you in the morning.
The old triple play, from Garcia to Carson to Walton. They didn't want me in the warehouse. For a cop, that's always a tip-off. And a challenge.
Loaded in about 8 hours. We sail as soon as the ship's secure.
When do we get my stuff aboard?
This afternoon. I already put you on the manifest. Machine tour, same as last time. Now, let's talk money.
What's there to talk about? We get paid when we do, on delivery.
No good. I'll need it in advance this time and more. Triple what it used to be.
Okay, you get your dough. After all, a man in uniform, a symbol of authority. They teach you that in the pen. Okay, it's a deal. Let's shake. Tough guy. What do you know about being shoved around? I've been shoved around by more uniforms than you've ever seen. The only thing is I've learned to shove back.
Carson was going to show me the warehouse the next day. If he was hiding something from me, it meant that the next day would be too late. I had to get inside without pushing hard enough to arouse suspicions.
I just made arrangements for the payoff. What's the matter? Aren't you interested in money?
I thought I was once. I let you talk me into this.
I want to give you some advice, Andy. There's only one thing that counts in this world. Money. All you can get no matter how you get it. We can get it together. You and I. We can share a fortune between us.
Between us?
I told you I was going to give you some advice. Carl is a dangerous man. He doesn't trust you. He thinks you're going to talk.
We're supposed to be partners.
You heard him say he wouldn't trust his own mother. He didn't trust Eva.
What are you trying to tell me?
If he were in your place, what do you think Carl would do?
We're getting ready to load now. Let's go.
Is it smoke? The fire!
Mason, the place they call the ammunition in there. Come on, on the back.
I'd like to know how it got started.
So would I.
Hey, where's the Harris?
Any more questions? How do you do, Miss Harris? Doc says he won't know anything more till they take x-rays.
How long was she out?
No way of telling. It's a cinch this is why she didn't throw in on schedule.
You know, Lieutenant, I never believed in the rubber hose. But anybody that would pistol whip a woman. Well, they had a truck backed up here a while ago. They moved something out.
All right, let's round them up.
On what charge? Assaulting an officer?
We'll worry about that later. Casey must have found out something. All I want to know now is where they are. Take care of. Carl tells me you like money. I got a deal for you. A bigger split than you expected. Interested? Go on. The business is being dissolved today. Who's doing the dissolving? I am. And then, I think I'll take an ocean voyage. You're halfway to wherever you want to go right now.
How do you like the snow all of a sudden?
Come on, come on. Now, why will always bathing in the sun?
When I was a kid, I used to like the snow. It hides the dirt.
Said anything to you? No? Don't turn your back on him. It's falling apart.
You don't think you'd really turn state's evidence, do you?
You any doubts?
What's the matter? You look a little shaky.
I'm all right.
You sure?
Sure. I didn't see Miss Harris when we were loading the truck. Where was she?
She's okay.
Where was she? You didn't hurt her?
She's okay, Andy. I promised you.
Promise me. Promise me about Eva. She
Well,
was...
don't start crying about that again, huh?
Don't talk to me that way.
What?
Don't talk to me that way. I don't have to take that from you. You're not really tough. You're just an animal. You're just uncivilized, a wild animal. Nothing means anything to you. Decency, honor, life, nothing. A person like that doesn't deserve to live.
Well, that's a very fancy speech, Andy. Very fancy.
How soon are you going to get the money?
I'm leaving now.
Well, hurry it up, will you? Hurry it up, because I'm getting out of here. I'm through.
You're through.
Now, don't worry. I'm not going to the police. I don't want to go to jail. I just want to go somewhere, anywhere.
I'm going to go collect right now.
Yeah, don't get lost.
Of course not. Unless you want to come with me.
No, I think I'll stay here and have a little talk with Andy.
I'll be about an hour. I'll meet you back at the warehouse.
There's nothing to talk about.
Well, what about friendship, Andy? Doesn't that count?
There's nothing between us two but money.
Talked to the officer in charge of the hit-and-run accident on Front Street the other day. Well, if you don't know his name, how should I? Well, never mind. Take this down. There's going to be a murder. Here's the address.
Boy, I'll tell you, you're funny, you know? Now, what was all that talk you were giving me about the smell of blood and people like me don't deserve to live? What makes you any better than us? What? Nothing except that you're yellow. And you can kill, too. The only thing is, the people you killed had to be so far away that the smell of them would never reach you. Now, do you think that makes it any better? You think that makes it all right?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? Don't give me the big words. Animal and brute. What about the creeps that buy these guns of ours? Don't you think some of them are going to die? And what about the people they point these shiny new guns at? Don't you think some of them are going to die?
I never thought of that.
Yeah. Sure you didn't. They were too far away. Now, what makes you a human being and me an animal? What makes you any better than me? What makes you deserve to live? What?
Nothing.
Now you've said it. It's the first smart thing you've said in days.
Nothing.
Now what's that for?
You were going to kill me, weren't you?
I still am.
Call it in. And tell them to let Casey know we found one of the guys who beat her up.
The men were fast and thorough. Within minutes, the largest seaport became the smallest. Every cargo ship getting ready to sail had a caller. Every caller knew exactly what he was after.
All your business taken care of?
If it hasn't been taken care of by now, it soon will be.
You're a nice guy.
Well, business is business. Got my clothes aboard?
Maritime papers and all. Works.
Good. Let's go.
What about your friend?
I'll take care of him. You stay on board.
What are you doing here?
Surprise, huh?
Well, yeah, you were supposed to meet me back at the warehouse.
Tell him to unload.
Oh, Andy, come on. I want to talk to you.
Tell him to unload, I said.
Andy, listen, we can't unload a ship just like that.
I want those guns off of that ship.
What are you doing, Andy? Turning hero patriot or what?
I don't care. Call it what you want. Those guns are coming off.
Look, Andy. Look, all the money we want, you and I. How many you ever dreamed of, Andy? You and me, Andy. What do you say? You can do whatever you want to do. Go wherever you want to go, Andy. 50-50, Andy. Partners.
Andy, what are you doing?
Money, Andy. All the money we ever wanted, Andy. Come on.
I kill them all. Eva, the guy at the warehouse. I kill them all.
You picked me up at the hospital. I thought you were being a gentleman. Now I see we're on business.
After he drained the padlock. City property, you know. I won't be long.
Don't take too long. This place holds no pleasant memories for me. No memories at all. Except possibly the face of Andrew Garcia. A frightened man who thought he could disregard laws he didn't understand. Because he couldn't see the criminal results in what he was doing. It was a pitifully close step to murder.